Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. It's interesting when you look up the dictionary definition of the word fool. It's first defined as someone who acts unwisely. The second definition is a jester or clown, and I'm sure we can read in that not only the kind of clown found in a circus, but someone who's called a clown today because they act in a stupid, irrational or silly way. St. Paul, in his first letter to the Corinthian church, describes himself and the other apostles as fools for Christ, regarded in fact as the scum of the earth. Being called a fool is not, I think, a description most of us would welcome. To be thought foolish usually brings embarrassment or shame. For Paul, however, the key is to be thought of as a fool for Christ's sake. It's because of following the Lord Jesus, believing in his word and his church, and living by his teaching that one is considered a fool. With that in mind, I think both definitions can be examined, and perhaps as it was for Paul, becoming a fool for Christ's sake can be seen as an accolade for our fidelity and, in a sense, a privilege. For many in Paul's world, and certainly today, following and believing in Orthodox Christianity is acting unwisely. The very system of belief, the creeds, all that we must uphold if we are to say we are believers, seems unwise. How can we hold that all humans, no matter their age, abilities, health, are created in the image of God? How can we say that life in the womb from the first moment of conception and the elderly or sick person to the moment of their natural death are precious in the eyes of God and cannot be killed? Ultimately, how can we hold and base our lives on the doctrine of the incarnation, life, death, and resurrection of the man Jesus, who we believe to be both God and man? Foolishness. That foolishness against the world's hostility, ignorance, indifference, or hilarity is a badge worth bearing for Christ's sake. There's more. The function of the jester in the courts of kings was often to point out uncomfortable truths, to speak, as they say today, truth to power. That's most certainly part of what it means to be a fool for Christ's sake in contemporary society. The jester got away with it. We probably will not, but that mustn't stop us. Chesterton, our friend, once wrote that a man who has faith must be prepared not only to be a martyr, but to be a fool. Both are in service of and to the truth. A martyr dies because he or she cannot deny the truth for Christ's sake. For Christ's sake, one must be willing, in the service of the truth, to be taken for a fool. We might die for the truth. We might die for the truth and be regarded as fools for the truth, because the gospel makes us act in a certain way, perhaps a way the world regards as unwise. Take, for example, the matter of trust. Many is the time a Christian has been taken for a fool because of misplaced trust in the word or promise of another. Yet what kind of a world have we created where no one is trusted, a man's word is not his bond, and an old-fashioned handshake is now meaningless? Fools for Christ's sake, unwise in the eyes of the world, jesters speaking uncomfortable truths, and perhaps being betrayed because we trust in the goodness of the other. Such is our vocation, and such is our honour. Brethren, rejoice, be perfected, be comforted, be of the same mind, be at peace, and the God of peace and love will be with you.